Thank you. Oof. Can you guys hear me okay? Hold on. I'm okay. I'm okay. It's me. I'm the problem. Okay, let me see. Okay, guys, we got to do this poll. Hold on. And I'm out here, but we're going to go back in there in a moment. I'm closer to my Wi-Fi router. Okay, let me put the poll up. Thank you, Emoji J. Okay. Okay, so if you see the poll, please answer the poll. If you cannot see the poll, please leave the stream, come back again. Sheesh! You guys have all been in situationships. Yo, busy. Yo, you made it. Hi. Oh my goodness. Okay. So yeah, we have. Okay, who is the nose? If you haven't, let me know. Who is the nose? Let me know. Who's the nose? If you said no, let me know. I see 10 yeses, 3 no's. Beauty is 1. Okay. Guys, I'm gonna be real. Like, I've never been in a situationship thing. I really am a relationship girl, long time. Sheesh. Okay, so that would be 4 no's, 10 yeps. Okay, welcome everybody to Truth or Theory. This is a safe space. We think differently, we dive deep, and we question everything in a fun and curious way. Tonight, I'm pretty excited. Hi, Sammy. We will be discussing situationships. We do have a great and exciting panel lined up. Okay. I see 12 yeses, 4 no's. Have you ever been in a situationship? Looks like most of us in the room has been in a situationship. But I will say, although I have never been in a situationship for real, I'm not opposed to it. I think you got to do what you got to do. I'm definitely not opposed to it. So let's go over a few quick rules real quick. And if you are a guest for tonight, please request the box. So there's absolutely no trolling tonight, guys. So you are saying anything rude, and my admin will be happy, like more than happy. Their trigger fingers are itching to kick you out if you want to go down that road. No cussing, especially if you're a guest in the box. Please, if you do cuss, just, my bad, and then keep it moving. Keep it cute. Favorite anybody that you want to stay connected to. And lastly, make sure you keep an open mind. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Truth or Theory. The topic tonight will be situationships. I am still waiting on my guests to request the box. I do see, so welcome. 7. Oops, sorry. Emoji J was lost. 7, welcome, beautiful. Hello. Hi, 7.
7. Madam Bay and the panelists.
I am scared.
I'm excited.
Hi, Daniel. Hi.
Hey.
Mia, please request the box. Hi, King. Hi, Credo. Hold on, guys.
This is a great topic for someone in my line of work. You know what I mean? Like we be outside, so it's a great
You
topic.
said we be outside.
I don't lie. I keep it real.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't see you, Mia. Come back. Okay, so while we wait for Mia to come back, we'll start with Soul Seductress, then we'll go to 7, and then Danielle, and then we'll let Mia introduce herself. So you can start, Soul.
Thank you,
Hey everyone, I am Soul Seductress. I'm I think everyone is juiced about this topic tonight. So I got this whole different octave in my voice, but I am a confidence and intimacy coach. You can catch me here only streaming pretty much right now with the Truth or Theory tribe. Outside of that, though, reach out to me on Instagram if you'd like to further have some conversations and deep conversations and chats with me. I'm excited, so I just kind of want to get to it.
Welcome, welcome. Okay, what about you, Seven?
For those of you that are not familiar with us, we are Seven. We are the sovereign of shadows, the purveyor of uncomfortable truths, and we are the demon of these meet me streets.
Mm.
I
Welcome,
just got
welcome.
excited.
Thank you for being here, Seven.
Kevin, why are you so scary, bro? Jesus
Is it
Christ.
my
We
birthday?
are many things
Okay.
to many people, Daniel. Scary is but one of our many facsimiles. We
Oh
challenge
my
you to
God.
dive deeper beneath the surface.
I like
I,
7. I'm here for it.
I like 7, but you scary as hell. Anyways, my name is Damn Daniel Freestyles. You know what time it is, man. I host a show on Friday. We've been cultivating the music on this app, doing open mic competitions, battle raps, and everything. I host shows in real life. This app has helped me change and develop a confidence to host. And now I host shows in real life. I'm in Los Angeles. I host a show at the hottest topless bar this Friday, where I get 100% ticket sales. I get a percentage of the bar. I host shows in clubs in Hollywood and Vegas, everywhere. But it started right here on this app. I've been doing this for 6 years, so I'm just supporting my friend right here, Bonus Bay, with her
Hell yeah.
featured show. I think the topic is an amazing topic and something that I got experience in. So we're gonna have some fun tonight, man. I love you
That
guys.
part. Hell yeah. Thank you for being here. Okay. And last but certainly not least, Mia. Hello, beautiful. Let me mention.
Oh, I'm muted. I don't know. Hi, everyone. My name is Mia Starr. I've been a content creator for the last 15 years, and I'm on YouTube, TikTok, all the things. You can find out more about my work at miastarexo.com. I am starting a mystery school. So if you like these truth or theory type topics, but you want to talk about it in a private place where there's no featured show rules, okay? A safe space. It's a slumber party vibe. So if you're into all of that, or even someone interested, go to miastarexo.com, 2 R's in star. Block me on this app. I don't go live on here. I only show up as a guest for Truth or Theory. So block me on this app. I go live on TikTok. Oh, also all summer, starting last night, Queen Lala and I are hosting a TikTok live show to talk about Love Island USA season 8. So tonight's topic is perfect because Love Island is all about situationships and relationships. So we're going to talk about episode 3 tonight. So if you're not caught up, go catch up and join us at 11 p.m. on TikTok for Love Island recap season 3. It's a spicy season already.
Spicy. Okay, y'all, if you are just joining, welcome to Truth or Theory. Make sure you fave all my guests in the box: Soul Seductress, Mia Starr, Damn Daniel, and 7. I do appreciate you all for sharing space and being here with me and with us. Tonight, we are diving into one of the most widely debated relationship topics of our generation, which is situationships, right? A friend of mine described situationships as like a try before you buy situation. I was like, okay, I get that. Shout out to Busy, a lot of you in here. And that kind of got me thinking, right? So is it basically like a few questions, right? Is it basically like a modern way of testing compatibility, like a relationship test drive? Like, this is going to lead us into our first question, right? What do you feel separates a situationship from a relationship? Like, what's the main difference? And we'll start with Mia and work our way backwards. So Mia, Damn Danielle, 7, and then Soul Seductress.
Okay, you started with me. So I have a relatively unique definition of a relationship. I feel that anything is a relationship if you are choosing to continue to connect with someone more than twice. So that's a relationship. I also believe that everybody gets to choose whatever the rules of said relationship is. So, with that foundation being said, to me, the difference between a for real relationship and a situationship is a real relationship is a committed. I have notes tonight, y'all, because I really love this topic. Okay. A real relationship is a committed partnership that is for the individual and collective growth of both people involved. Committed partnership being the main thing that is promoting the collective and individual growth of the people involved. And to me, a situationship, I'm anti-situationship, but if you like it, you like it. I'm not going to hold you. Situationship is I'm lonely and horny and too lazy for anything that would require me to be responsible for anyone else's feelings, including my own. That's how I feel about situationships. Now, if you want I can't say it, the sensual parts of being with another person without any of the emotional responsibility, that's your thing. You get to choose that. That is just not how I roll. Okay, that's all. I have a lot more to say, but we got a lot of guests. So
after that second, like, so you say like anything after that second is now a relationship.
I think once all the people agree, and I say all the people because I believe in polyamory, once all the people involved agree to the terms of the relationship, then it's a relationship. To me, a situationship is I'm too lazy to even agree to any terms. So there are no terms. We go in with the flow. I don't even want to be responsible for anything, including myself.
Right. Okay.
But once you have agreed to terms, then it's a relationship.
Yo. First of all,
I saw your reactions, Daniel.
okay, so look. Shout out to Mia Star. I met Mia Star at Live Fest. Amazing energy. Great vibes. Gorgeous girl, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Look, I don't know what situationship you got in to have you feeling this way, but I gotta joke a little bit about it. I'm just joking. I say that jokingly. So in my opinion, the situationship is for someone. She's right, for someone who's not ready for commitment yet. You know what I'm saying? It's someone that's in a situation. That's why they call it situationship, right? They're in a situation where maybe they're focused on their career, they're growing, and they're not. They don't quite want the relationship, but they're attracted to the next person. They got some type of connection to the next person. Well, we all are lovable people inside, but whatever's going on in our life, we might not want to fully commit. So we're willing to give it a shot. One thing about situationships, you did mention, right? It's like the wine flight to relationships, and that I could agree because there's been situationships that I've been in that started as a situationship. The moment you start getting physical, certain things happen. It could become a good relationship depending on where you at. I think the problem with certain situationships is people differentiate a certain situationship with just a hookup. Because there are people that maybe do look at the other partner and feel like there's no way that they could ever be in a relationship with this person, but they're willing to just still have fun, you know. And so I do not consider that a situationship. I consider it one person having fun, and it takes a maturity level to be honest with yourself to say if you're just having fun or you're in a situationship and you're really seeing where it goes. Because to me, a situationship is both of you guys are you're just having fun, but obviously you're attracted to each other where it could lead to something. A situationship to me, there's got to be some attraction there for it to be a situationship. So I think there's two sides, and I don't know what situationship Mia got in, but it could be in a situation where one person is just, just trying to have fun, and a situationship, in my opinion, where you guys are both attracted to each other. You're just in a different moment of your life where you're not maybe ready for a commitment, or maybe you just came from a relationship and you're scared to commit right away. So you don't want to put it all that. But as you grow that connection, that situationship could be with somebody if you're really into that person. I think it's on each person to be mature enough to know, like, okay, I'm just having fun here. I do not see myself having a future with this person. That is just fun. Now,
Mm.
situationship is you do think that person is attractive, but maybe you're just not ready to commit yet, and you're just trying to
Yeah.
have fun, you're seeing where it goes. And a lot of times, a situationship like that could lead to something. But I think it becomes on you. You can lie to yourself and say it's a situationship, you know what I'm saying? But you're probably just having fun, right? And it becomes on the
Okay.
maturity of the person. That's the way I think.
Okay. Okay, I see. I see. Okay, I'm gonna mute you. And I'm going to repeat the question. If you are just tuning in, welcome, welcome. The question is, what do you think separates a situationship from a real relationship? And now we're on you, Seven.
The difference is structure. A
Mm,
relationship has definition. It has mutual agreement. It has expectations spoken aloud, not guessed in silence. Both
mm,
people know what they are building, what they owe each other, and where the boundaries are. A
boundary.
situationship, on the other hand, has chemistry. It has access and emotional convenience. But there is
Mm,
no clear contract defined here. That is the core difference. In a
mm,
relationship, there is a shared understanding that says we are choosing each other. In a situationship, the message usually reads, we are enjoying each other, but do not ask me what this means.
mm,
And that sounds harmless until feelings become involved. Then the fog becomes a trap. And
mm.
a relationship has accountability. You cannot just disappear for 3 days and come back charming and expect
Talk
the
to,
other person
watch
to
yourself.
pretend that nothing has happened. There are
What?
consequences. There is
What?
consideration. There is
Yeah.
the basic respect of consistency.
Yeah.
A
Okay.
situationship often avoids all of the aforementioned. It gives
Mm,
someone the benefits of closeness without the burden of commitment. They get affection, they get attention, they get intimacy, and the actual connections that happen to that.
mm,
The emotional
mm.
support, and sometimes loyalty, sometimes even relationship level treatment. But when the question becomes, what are we? Suddenly they become a philosopher lost in the wilderness. That is when you know a relationship ultimately says, here is where you stand. A situationship ultimately says, stand close enough to keep me warm, but do not stand
Mm,
close enough to hold me responsible. And that
mm,
is the line.
mm, mm. Whew. Seven hit all the points. Seven hit all the points. Coming from like a real woman's perspective, like he really did. Divine, I see you request in the box, but we are featured. You can stick around and maybe get in the box for the after show. Really quick, if you are just tuning in, welcome to Truth or Theory. This is a safe space. We do like to think differently. We question everything and we dive deep, and we like to do it in a curious way. Make sure you fave me, fave all my guests. We are going to go to Soul Seductress for question one. And that is, what do you think separates
But for me, the biggest difference is clarity and commitment in the
Mhm.
relationship. Both people have agreed on what they are and where they're heading and what role they're going to play in each other's lives. A situationship often has all the emotions and the intimacy and time invested in the relationship without, like you said, clear communication. And one feels intentional while the other one feels like open ended. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
The other,
Okay.
so
I
I
like
think it's
that.
about clarity, as so defined by everybody in the boxes by different in different ways and different emotions, because everyone's inserting their different emotions and obviously have had an experience of some sort. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? And usually at the end of the day, in the situationship, the reason why it gets the negative connotations is because there was no clarity. Yeah.
And literally, thank you all for giving your insight. From what I was looking into, that basically is, it's not based on feelings, attraction, or even how much time we spend together. It really does come down to clarity that separates a situationship from a relationship. Having those guidelines, knowing the boundaries. But a situationship can have boundaries, which is going to get us to our next question. Okay, so can a situationship ever be healthy, or is someone usually getting hurt? I feel like this is going to be that question. What factors make the difference? We're going to start with Damn Daniel, and then we'll go to Mia, and then Soul Seductress, and then Seven. Okay. So,
I love that you started with me because I'm gonna give you the raw.
I feel like
Look,
you had
look.
something to say.
There is the theoretically right thing to say that everyone is gonna agree with. Now, things are easier said than done. Okay, let's be 100% honest with ourselves. A situationship means you is trying to get physical, but you do not want that extra commitment. Let's be 100% real. A situationship means, you're cool with that situation, you're cool to have fun, but you do not. You don't want the serious part. So this question is extremely easy because usually there is some situationships where both partners are in that same mindset where they just want to have fun. There is
Hmm.
situationships like that, but in
In alignment.
most cases though, let's be 100% honest. Most cases, there's one person that is really into that person and wants to have a relationship, and the other person is not ready. And that's why it
Mm.
becomes a situationship. And that other person is, let's just be real. We're into our intimacy, we're into that. So sometimes, like, we're on demon time, and we're still down to have fun. At the end of the day, like, if
Yeah.
you're attracted to somebody, like that is definitely a situation, right? So let's be 100% honest with a situationship, and let's you could lie to yourself all you want. A situationship means you do not want the commitment, but you're down to have fun. And so in
Hmm.
most cases, yes, especially when you start getting physical, feelings come around, especially when you're getting physical. And I mean, situationship, it starts with physicality and y'all having sex and taking it to the next level. And let's be real, if someone is good at being physical, some feelings get attached. If y'all are having good intimacy, feelings get attached. So let's be
Yeah,
real.
that's right.
There a situationship is usually where some person is in that life, that person is down to have fun, and the other person, it wants something
That
serious. In most cases, that's what it is. Like, that's what keeps it there. There are situations where both people are in that point in their life where they're having fun, but let's be
makes
100% honest, especially on this app. A lot of people manipulate it. Watch out. That's all I gotta say. Let me go.
Mm. Okay. We said it was Daniel, and then was it Soul Seductress? Who was next? Soul Seductress.
You said me.
7. Oh, Mia. Okay.
Yes.
Y'all help me.
So I feel like I want to revisit the definitions. Now, your definitions don't have to be mine, but I will say my definitions. To me, a hookup and casual intimacy is not a situationship. To me, a situationship by definition is I'm trying to get the benefits of a relationship without the responsibility of a relationship. That's why to me, hooking up, being casual, having fun, I wouldn't call that a situationship. I would say we're hooking up, it's casual, we're having fun. A situationship to me is by definition people, one or more of the people trying to get the benefits of a relationship without the responsibility of one. So, based on that definition, I say no.
You don't
Because
think that
if it's just casual and hooking up, like, because I understand, you go through a puta phase when you just broke up, you just get out of like a long-term relationship and you have your little phase, and that's cool. And both people can be open with it. We're casual, it's cool. That usually doesn't last very long, to what Daniel said, right? Okay, but based on that definition, I say no, because a situationship will almost always require one or more people lying to themselves about who they are and what they want. And dishonesty is one of the most destructive forces in any relationship, including the one with yourself. A situationship is inherently lazy, and laziness is an insidious destroyer of any relationship, including the one with yourself. Because the reason why a casual hookup would turn into a situationship is because one or both people want to continue the benefits, but you can feel it when one person wants more than the other, but you don't want to stop the sexy time. So you start to blur the lines. You start to say, we don't have no contract. I don't have a ring on my finger. We ain't say anything. I told you the truth.
Well,
but are you though? No. So
okay,
to me, that the situationship is the container for the lying, essentially. If it's casual, if it's a hookup where two grown people having fun, that's different. And I believe that that's possible. We can all have our little puta phases, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
that's what we were saying.
But you had a follow-up question?
No. I was
Okay.
basically in agreement if you were saying that you feel like someone would basically always end up getting hurt. Okay. So what about you, 7? And then
so the question asked was, can a situationship ever be healthy, or is someone usually getting hurt? And what are the factors that make up this difference? A situationship can be healthy, but only under very specific conditions. Both people have to know exactly what it is. Both people must want the same thing. Both must be honest about their emotional limits. Both must be free to walk away without punishment, guilt, reprisal, manipulation, or resentment. And that is rare. Not impossible, but exceedingly rare. A healthy situationship requires brutal clarity, not romantic fog. Not, let us just see where this goes. When one person is secretly hoping that it becomes a relationship and the other person already knows that it never will. That is not healthy. That is emotional gambling. The difference comes down to alignment. If both people are saying, we enjoy each other, but we are not building a committed relationship, and we both genuinely accept that, then it can work for a season. But if one person is saying that out loud while privately craving more, then the whole thing becomes a slow and deliberate bleed. The danger is that people often agree to a situationship not because it is what they truly want, but because it is the closest they can ever get to the person they want. And that is where the pain lives. You see, dear ladies and gentlemen, they accept crumbs because they are hungry for the whole meal. Yet they pretend they are casual because they are afraid that honesty will get them removed from the table entirely. So yes, it can be healthy, but only when honesty is clean, expectations are mutual, and no one is using vagueness as a shield. The moment one person begins suffering in silence, checking their phone, decoding the tone, measuring affection, wondering why that they were ever good enough for private moments but not public commitment, that is no longer casual. That is a wound with a very pretty name.
7. Okay. What about you, Soul Seductress? Can a situationship ever be healthy, or is someone usually getting hurt? What factors make the difference? Let us know what you think in the comments.
So, me and Seven are in agreement. I do believe that they can be healthy. I would like to start by saying I think that the line is getting blurred for me personally by definitions with friends with benefits, hookups, and situationships, and then an actual relationship. There's differences in each one of those dynamics. And friends with benefits, those lines, yes, definitely get blurred because you're getting the benefits of it. But in a situationship, it's usually a situation that has brought this commitment together. Either like we're both on vacation, or we both are moving out of the state in 6 months, or whatever. So it's differences. And then relationships is definitely, there's a commitment, there's a promise given, right, to each other. So I think I wrote, like I said, that was what I was just thinking as I was listening to Seven talk and Mia and everyone else talk, but I do want to read what I said. So I think a situationship can be healthy if both people genuinely want the same thing and communicate honestly about it. The problem starts when one person is secretly, right, like said, secretly hoping it becomes more, while the other person is comfortable keeping things exactly as they are. Transparency, boundaries, and mutual expectations make the difference. When those things are missing, somebody usually ends up disappointed or hurt. So that's what I said. That's how I feel. But if it's a situation, usually it was communicated, right? There's always there's communication there. And so one person might want to change the rule or change it, and you know what I'm saying? And then you have to decide if this is a benefit, and it might graduate then to friends with benefits, because now we've been messing around for long enough to be friends, and I might want some benefits from this friendship, which is da 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 da. And then after that, we're going to commit to each other, so then we're in a relationship. It's levels.
Yeah,
People just be skipping. But there is level.
There is. And you slid us right into my little 2 cents. So it's not always about the honesty, right? Two people can start off being super honest. Like, this is what we want right now. And then at some point, whether it's the physicality or the emotional security or the mental stimulus, what is it, stimulation? Yeah, mental stimulation. It could be a lot of different things, but at some point somebody wants more, right? So it really does come down to that alignment as well, for whether this situationship could be healthy and whether someone gets hurt or not. Because if those feelings start shifting and we're able to effectively communicate that, and then this other person isn't feeling that way, but we can figure out a way to navigate it, meet in the middle, then we can continue on this situationship. It doesn't need to elevate, right? If we can stay on this steady ground, then yeah. But we are, if you are just tuning in, welcome to Truth or Theory. Tonight we're talking about situationships. We've went through a few questions and we're finna go into our short game segment. So whether we've been talking about situationships can actually be healthy, and a lot of you brought up things like communication, honesty, expectations, timing, whether both people want to have fun or like whether they're really in alignment. So now it's time to put those beliefs to the tests. Okay. It's easy to talk about situations. There was an echo. It's easy to talk about situationships, but when you are forced to choose between two uncomfortable opinions, let's see what you would choose. So tonight we're going to be playing Would You Rather, and it is the situationships edition. Okay. Okay. So how we're going to play, it's Would You Rather. I'm pretty sure everyone's played Would You Rather. I'll give you two options. And you pick option A or option B. You can type it in the comments if you want. No right or wrong answer. You just no in between answer. No picking neither. Just A or B. Okay? And we're gonna do rapid
But
fire.
a
We're gonna do it
situationship
fast.
is picking neither.
No.
kidding.
Just chill out.
Oh boy.
Chill out. Okay.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Would you rather know exactly where you stand or keep the spark of mystery alive? A or B? You want to know exactly
A.
where you stand? Oh, I see you, Platonic. Okay.
Okay, Platonic likes the mystery.
Would you rather have that consistency or would you rather have that intense passion? No,
Depends on the
no,
It depends on the situation.
no, no, no.
That's the
Either
situation.
Consistency,
right there.
consistency.
Depends on the situation.
Consistency.
Consistency is always key to
Consistency.
us.
Oh, I like
okay.
passion.
Demons like consistency. See
Would
your
you rather be
passion.
loved
Yes.
deeply by one person or desired by many?
One person.
Loved deeply by one or desired by many?
Because let me tell you, desire doesn't mean valued.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Right.
pick one.
Chow said he want them all.
Quality over quantity, we always argue.
Mhm.
Okay, so would you rather
Okay.
define the relationship right off bat immediately or never use a label at all?
DTR.
Define it right away or never use a label at all?
I want to know. I want to know.
DTR is define the relationship.
It was this meme. The guy was like, right when I text you what you doing, we are in a pending
No
relationship.
labels.
Dang.
No labels. We prefer to allow it to evolve into its own beast.
That's intense.
Mhm.
Okay,
I like
that
the
one was a
label.
little
I'm a
all over
Virgo
the place.
rising.
Okay. Would you rather have someone who texts you all day but never makes plans, or someone who rarely texts but makes the best plans?
B. Text me all day. My phone is always on Do Not Disturb. You're not gonna get a response.
Leave me alone.
That's right.
I am doing my face mask, okay?
And
Leave me
taking
alone.
a hot
Everybody
soak.
said no. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good. Okay.
Because texting all day with no plans, what the heck?
Ooh, right. What are we doing? Okay. Let's see. Okay, would you rather have chemistry that feels like fireworks or comfort that feels like home?
Comfort that feels like home. chemistry fizzle out, y'all.
Jen.
Fireworks last a few seconds in the sky. You want them to last a few seconds or a little longer?
30. No.
Okay, y'all. Okay. Thank y'all for playing that short game. We're gonna get back into the questions because we still do got 2 more questions.
That's right.
And we're going into question 3 right now. Why do you think someone can give relationship level effort but still refuse the relationship? And we'll start with Soul Seductress, 7, Mia, then Daniel.
Okay. Well, there are many reasons. Some people enjoy companionship but fear commitment. Some are still healing from past relationships. Others may not want the responsibilities that come with an official relationship title. Sometimes a person wants the benefits of emotional connection, intimacy, and support and consistency without feeling obligated to make promises about the future. Effort and commitment are not always the same, you know? So that's what I wrote. That was my
okay. Nice.
Bars.
Okay. What about you, 7? Do you still need me to mute you, Soul?
No.
Yeah.
There is truth to the last thing that Soul Seductress said, and we are going to piggyback off of it because effort and commitment are not the same thing. And that is the hard, indelicable truth of the matter. Some people enjoy the feeling of being close to someone. They enjoy the companionship. They enjoy the intimacy. They enjoy having a person who listens, one who comforts, one who supports, one who ultimately desires them. But they do not wish for the responsibility of it. They want the warmth without the weight. Relationship level effort can come from attraction, yes. It can come from loneliness, from habit, from convenience, even from ego and genuine affection. But commitment requires a decision. It requires sacrifice. It requires closing doors. It requires being accountable when the mood changes and life becomes inconvenient. Some people are very good at creating emotional intimacy without offering emotional security. They will call you or text you every night like clockwork. They will tell you personal things about themselves. They will even act jealous. They will make plans. They will meet and match your energy. They may even look at you with the eyes of someone who feels something real.
Pisces.
And maybe they do. But the feeling that something is not the same as choosing something, that is where people get caught. They think, no one can treat me this way unless they wanted something serious. Wrong. Some people want the experience of love without the obligation of love.
Oof. 7, it's
Some
giving
people.
therapists, it's giving free therapy right now.
Just send the bill, 7. Send the bill.
Send the
I'm not
bill.
going to pay it, but
Oh, you absolutely will pay it. Nothing in this life is free, but let us continue. Some people
let me reset.
Some people want the experience of love without the obligation of love. That is very important, so that is why we are repeating it.
Yes.
Some people want to be cared for, but not claimed.
Ooh.
Some people want to be...
I feel attacked. Okay.
Yes. There are those who want to be wanted, but not to be responsible. To be attached, but not accountable. They want a soft place to land while keeping one foot outside the door. There are also people who are simply afraid. afraid of commitment, afraid of losing freedom, afraid of being hurt, afraid that they are not ready, afraid that they will fail. So they keep things undefined because undefined feels safer. But here is the cold part, ladies and gentlemen. Their fear does not cancel your pain. Their confusion does not entitle them to your devotion. Their inability to choose does not mean you must remain available. A person can care about you and still waste your time. Both can be true.
Okay, 7.
And that is the knife and the blade in the ribs.
That part. Ooh. It's a lot of key points there that at this point I think you need to write a book. I'm gonna re-ask the question again for Mia, and then feel free to answer in the chat, y'all. Why do you think someone can give relationship level effort but still refuse a relationship?
So I'm gonna also piggyback because I like to piggyback. Let's start with effort is not the same thing as communication. So period, point blank, that's the short answer. If we want to take it deeper, why would someone put in effort without commitment? Fear. Fear of their own power. Fear of the other person's power. Fear that the other person might have some sort of power over them once they commit. Unresolved grief and trauma is usually what causes fear of commitment. More comfort with companionship and somehow thinking that commitment takes away some semblance of freedom in a way. It could also just be on the other side. Well, I don't know what side, but it could also just be laziness, selfishness, ego, and dishonesty. Somebody who wants all the benefits of emotional and physical connection with none of the responsibility. It could also just be lack of capacity, right? Not everyone has emotional leadership, emotional acuity. So emotional leadership takes emotional intelligence a little bit further. It means that you are taking leadership over the vision of how you want your emotions and the other person's emotions to be held and managed throughout the connection. Not everyone can do that. Then there's emotional acuity. Emotional acuity means the ability to recognize and understand your emotions and another person's emotions. A lot of people who end up in these undefined situationships don't have the ability to recognize, understand, or manage their own emotions. So of course they would not want the responsibility of recognizing, understanding another person's emotions. They don't even have the ability to. So it's either lack of capability to commit, fear of commitment, or just straight up selfish, because there's a lot of people, and I don't like to gender it because any gender does this behavior, but there's a lot of people who they know, like, to me, it's irresponsible if you know that someone wants more than what you are able to give. It is irresponsible to engage with that person, especially physically and especially emotionally, because physical and emotional intimacy are two of the most vulnerable, scariest things in the world. And at the same time, two of the core needs of human beings. So if you know something and you're acting like I didn't know, then you're just selfish and lazy. But I thought I'd be nice and be like fear, unresolved trauma. But at that point, go to therapy or go to Sevens Live for some therapy.
Yeah, that part.
That's what I gotta say.
Okay, I'm gonna ask one more time. Why do you think someone can give relationship level effort but still refuse a relationship, then, Daniel?
So first of all, the last set of questions I got skipped, but it's okay. You know, I'll definitely answer this one right here. It's totally fine.
The game? I
No, the last one
apologize.
I got skipped. There was questions, and then we're on the second set of questions, but it's okay. So what's this question right here?
This one
Oh, ask.
is,
Yeah.
why do you think someone can give relationship level effort but still refuse a relationship? This is the third question. You answered all the main questions. I think I left you muted
So
for the
so
game
so that's
starting.
that's a very easy one. You know, like I said before, if I'm being 100% real, usually I'm gonna tell you this. I wouldn't let myself be in a situation. I've been in
Yeah.
before I say this, I've been in situationships in my young 20s. And I think I'm wrong for being in those situationships. Those were situationships where I definitely knew the other person was way more into me than them, and I did not want to commit a relationship, but I was 100% down for the fun and everything else. And me as a man, I got to take accountability of that and learn how to be better. And so in my younger 20s, I definitely did that. So if you are you know if you're willing to let your partner, you know, grind hard, if you're willing to, if you know your partner is into you and they're giving these efforts, and you, like, let's be real, we know if we're not into that person or not. We know, like, and so it's really just a situation of you being mature enough. There's adults that are relationship mature, and there's adults that are not. And in my opinion,
Mm,
a situationship is an adult who is not maturely ready to be honest with themselves. So they want to play the
mm,
role of being in a relationship and play the love role when they just want to have fun. Now, in my opinion, if you're an adult and you just want to have fun, there's nothing wrong with that, but be
be
100% clear
honest.
about that.
Yeah.
Be like, look,
Be
I'm in this moment of
transparent.
my life where I just want to have fun. We all know
Yeah.
when the person, and especially when you get physical, like, let's be real. And that's why I said there could be a situation where both of you guys are having fun, but you get physical. And I'm gonna be real. If you getting physical with me, we stuck forever, baby. Like, come on now. Like, we getting physical. That shit gonna be good, and we stuck. So like, at the end of the day, like, there could be a situation where both of you guys are on a fun path, but you start getting
Mhm.
physical and feelings get attached. And maybe both of you guys are scared to do that. And that's when it's on both and one of you guys to make that step and be like, look, I know this, but I'm really into you. Like, let's take this to the next level. Let's be real. You know, but
Mm,
in my opinion, most situationships come from someone not being mature enough, and you're lying to yourself, and you're right here playing the role. You're trying to get your cake and eat it too. You're not ready for that relationship. That other person is obviously ready. You're getting intimate. They're very into you. You know that. And you know in your mind that you don't want to be in a relationship with this person. You like the attention from elsewhere. You like where you're at in your life. And that's really what it is. And we could sugarcoat it and say certain things, but I'm speaking from an experience for it. And let's be real with ourselves, right? And a situationship, in my opinion, is something you don't want to get in. You know, the only good
mm.
situationship, in my opinion.
No.
Oh,
What type?
Well,
What is the only good situationship?
not the
That
cliffhanger.
the cliffhanger is
the
crazy.
suspense is
Stay
killing
tuned for
us.
episode 2.
Oh, okay, right. Dang, this is must be the
What
battery.
was it? He was about to say the best thing about
What do
something.
y'all think it
He,
was? What's the?
he
He
was about
said.
to get to the best part.
The best part, the only good situationship, he said.
The only type of situationship that is good
Oh,
is
is.
thank
Well,
you.
I'll say what I like. Again, I think definitions matter, and I've been
Hi,
seeing all the
James.
comments, and it seems like everyone has slightly different definitions. That's why I keep going back to my definition, because that's where I'm coming from. To me, the situationship is called that because it is inherently dishonest, at least on one person's part. Because if it's something else, then I would call it something else. If it's hooking up, then I would call it hooking up. If it's casual, I would call it casual. So to me, there's no best situationship. The best situationship is not a situationship. by my definition. It would be
The
we're both honest,
final
we're hooked with what it is.
time.
We have agreements and terms for the relationship, and we follow those agreements and terms.
Mm.
We would say, in the absence of the man thing who suddenly vanished, leaving us on the edge, that the only type of good situationship is the one where no one is lying to themselves. That is the
Yeah.
cleanest answer, in our opinion. Not
Yes.
just anyone is no one is lying to each other,
Transparency.
because that is too easy. We mean
Yes.
no one is sitting there saying, I'm fine with this, while secretly bleeding behind the smile. The only good situationship is one where both people know exactly what it is, both people know exactly what they want, and no one is quietly
Any type of
auditioning for a
relationship, even a
role that the other
situationship.
person never agreed to cast them in. No hidden expectations, no silent attachments, no pretending casual when the heart is already writing wedding vows in the dark. No one using the other as emotional furniture until something better comes along. No one collecting relationship benefits while dodging relationship responsibility. A good situationship has to be honest, mutual, temporary by nature, and emotionally safe. Two grown people saying, we enjoy each
I
other,
know.
we are not building a committed relationship, we are both understanding that, and we both accept that. And either one of us can step away when there is no longer serves us. That can work. But the moment one person wants more and stays because they think patience will eventually become power, no. That is not situationship anymore. That is a hostage negotiation with your own heart. And the heart usually loses.
Okay, y'all. That was the end of the featured hour. So we don't have to hold our breath anymore. But we are gonna finish this last question because
Yes.
this is the most important one for me. We'll start with Soul Seductress because you've been muted for a while. And y'all answer in the chat too. What do you think is excuse me, what do you think? Are you there? Is she there?
I don't see her anymore.
My heart is a fool. My gut never lies.
Oh, there
My
she
heart
is. She back.
a
She back.
Okay, I'm back. I was
Welcome
playing
back.
some waiting music. Okay, what do you think is the hardest truth people learn from situationships? No, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you, girl. We could see
You
you.
gotta leave, right? She said I'm gonna leave and come back.
The Matrix is trying to keep the truth from the people. 7, is this your people? Who's doing it?
No, it is certainly not us. We are purveyors of the truth. None of our people would do such foolishness without our entire wrath visited upon them.
Don't get 7 started. Don't get him started. Okay, so while we wait, I guess we'll go to Mia and then 7. What do you think is the hardest truth people learn from situationships?
My short answer in general is whether or not they want to be in one, because I feel like that's the hardest truth that they end up learning, because I think people get into them thinking I'm about that life and they're not about that life, present company included, which is why I am anti, because I learned the hard way several times.
Sunshine. Thank you, Sunshine.
I'm not into it. Have a good day, Sunshine. My more philosophical answer that I wrote down for y'all is, and it's really my personal answer, you can't sleep your way into feeling good about yourself. Sex without emotional responsibility is the fastest road to debilitating loneliness and ultimately death. And I do not say that lightly. I don't necessarily mean physical death, although it can lead to that, but death of your soul, death of your honesty to yourself, death of self-love. To me, and this is my opinion, right? People swear that they can have sex without feelings and all of that stuff. I think that's cap, because even scientifically, you get oxytocin, dopamine, endorphins. Like, it's literal science. But anyway, I think people get into situationships thinking that they can sleep their way into feeling good. It can feel good momentarily. It feels physically good, right? We got the anatomy for it to feel good, but in the long run, it doesn't work. That's how I feel. Sex is one of the most vulnerable things you can do with anyone. So if you don't have the capacity or the desire to be emotionally responsible of what sex requires, whether you find out today or you find out in 10 years or however long, something in you died. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Right, Nika? See, Nika's a Cancer. That's why she knows.
Okay, and we'll go to 7
Or
and
she.
then
Sorry, I don't know. She, he. I don't know your
Okay,
pronouns.
so what do you
Yes,
you
I
guys
can hear
hear
you
me?
now.
Okay.
Yeah, we hear you.
Awesome.
Welcome back.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Okay, what do you think is the hardest truth people learn from situationships? 7.
We believe the hardest truth is this: access is not commitment. Attention is not love. Chemistry